I believe that the first point in time that it could be definitively said that this is where it began to go wrong with Disney and Star Wars was at the announcement of the executive team. Now, this might seem a little weird that I'm not picking the position of the appointment of Kathleen Kennedy, which is, I'm certain, a more popular opinion. And this is because even though at her beginning, Kathleen Kennedy didn't have a direct qualification in helming a anything really. Um, I don't think that should preclude someone from giving it an attempt. So, for everyone who doesn't remember, and I'm sure there's a lot of people because this has been quite a while, Kathleen Kennedy on appointment had a resume that was rather long, and a lot of it was next to very influential and prestigious directors. In addition to that, she came in from an administrative perspective, a financial side, basically the keep everything nice and neat so that everyone can go and play their games and do what they need to do to make things good. Um, and from any reasonable perspective, that's actually a decent qualification. However, on further inspection, it turned out that she held no real authority. It would be closer to claim that she was an executive assistant than a co director. And again, I don't necessarily want to hold that against her. In a way, I do, but I don't think it's right. No, I would like to point to the appointment of her fellow executives. And the reason for that is because of how they were announced. When they were announced, it was not announced that these were lovers of Star Wars, that they had great skill, that they were going to be a grand benefit to Star Wars as it plowed into the future, as it paved a path through the stars. No, they were announced as all having two X chromosomes. That's right, she picked them because they were women. And I can hear all the feminists right now, and I don't care. Statistically speaking, on a board of 20 something directors, if you have zero men, you have picked wrong. Flat out. It's just pure statistics. I understand that there's a lot of people arguing about a glass ceiling. Well, you need to favor women. Favor does not mean exclude men. And given that the entire board, every one of her executives and directors was a woman, she clearly had something other than the good of Star Wars in mind when she chose them. And that is not good. You cannot be the director of an IP and then put that IP second. It is unreasonable. So, I think to further explain this is I suspect that there was also a second criteria, a more politically oriented one. And I don't want to get into it. I could, trust me, I would love to, but I don't think it's beneficial. The only thing I would like to touch on is that for the three flagship movies, episodes 7, 8, and 9, 8 had the least interference from Kathleen Kennedy. And this appears to be because the director, Rian Johnson, aligned with her politically. So it doesn't. I don't think that Kathleen Kennedy cares for Star Wars in the way that she should. As the director of Star Wars, as the CEO, the head of everything, if she were the CFO, I would have no ground. The CFO needs to care about money. They need to keep the book straight. And honestly, if they could care less about Star Wars, that's fine. They're the CFO. They only need to care about money. But the CEO must. They must care about Star Wars. So I just want to say that I think that's where it started. And I don't want to be negative forever. So I do want to go into at some point how this could be improved. What could be done to recover? Because I do think that this can recover. That Star Wars can be the absolute juggernaut that it used to be. And I hope that I can convince you all to.